Welcome to Dad's Father's TV Network. Today I have the Chef Keith Dean. How's it going today, sir?
Good, everything's great.
Well, you've been in this kitchen for a little while, right? You've been cooking for what? A day and a half, 2 years, a month of Sundays?
A ton.
A ton of time, huh? So what you got for us today, sir?
I have a shrimp and bow tie pasta that I want to put together for you with a little bit of a southern sweet twist. And I think it's something that's going to capture your taste buds.
I'm looking forward to that one.
Okay.
I tell you what, stay tuned. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, the chef got his spices lined up, got the water boiling in the background. You're live right here on Dad's Father's TV Network with the chef. Cooking with Chef Keith Dean. There you go. We'll be right back. Have you ever had a question related to child support, divorce, CPS? Call the Attorney General or maybe an attorney and they just gave you a runaround? Where do you go to get help? Contact Dad's Fathers of Texas. Yes, they are child support specialists. Dad's Fathers of Texas can answer your question, help file paperwork, and help find a family law attorney. Dad's Fathers of Texas, making child support simple. Welcome back to Dad's Fathers TV Network. I'm here today with the chef, and all right, chef. I mean, this is your area, so I think I'm gonna step back and say, what is all this stuff? When I cook my pasta, it don't look like this.
Well, it's a southern twist of a medley of seasons that I put together. You have your simple garlic powder, black pepper, onion powder, sugar, and this one here is all-in-one. I won't tell you what it is.
Just a secret recipe?
That's it. That's what's going to make this the best thing you've ever had.
So what you should do is bottle it so then I can just go buy it and I can make my pasta like yours.
March 2016.
Oh,
it will
okay.
be on my website at southernauthenticity.com.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
As long with the book that's already out there available at any time. And support me, get a copy, and get you a bottle of this.
I'll be the first one in line to buy the spice because, for those who know me, they know I love to enjoy cooking. As a matter of fact, I'm cooking tomorrow pastas, but if yours outdo mine, I may have to steal your recipe, huh?
Well, you can't steal it because it's all up here.
Well, I'm going to grab my little glass of cognac in here, and I'm going to step out of the way and let you do your magic, and then we'll see what you're going on over here.
Okay, well, the first thing we want to do is we want to get us 16 ounces of bow tie pasta. You already want your pot boiling so that everything is ready to go the minute you start. And we'll go ahead and drop this now because this only takes a matter of minutes. So we'll get that going, and with your pasta, you're always going to use a pasta spoon. That can keep you going. It's a constant stir every 45 seconds so that your pasta doesn't stick, and a lot of times the old people used to say put some salt in it, but I like to cook healthy, plus I don't eat salt. And so if you just do a constant stir, you can always avoid the salt and this, that, and the other. Second, you want to get you a nice base on an Alfredo sauce with a constant stir so it doesn't stick. You want everything to be just as smooth as possible. Philly cream cheese is always a good combination in order to solidify your sauce, make it thick, turn it into what you actually want it to be. On top of that, with your sauce, you want to have 1 cup of milk. And you can also use soy for anyone who's lactose, which that's what I am. So it's a lot of times I can't eat the real rich stuff, but I do anyway because it's mine and everything I cook is good. So while we got that simmering, constantly stirring the pasta, we're going to go ahead and start sauteing our shrimp. So what I have is some jumbo Gulf shrimp brought in from Louisiana. And what I like to do with these is take just a little bit, and I got the wrong pot on, saute these over here. Take a little bit of olive oil and I'll coat the pan. And once I get that going, and we'll get us a little fire here, we'll drop the shrimp and we're going to season them a little bit. And Mike, if you want to come over and take a look, show you what I'm going to do here. We'll go ahead and drop them.
Okay.
And move some things around. Let me get a spoon here.
Wow, this looks real good.
Oh yeah, so it's coming along. Coming along just fine.
You want me to stir this right here? I always feel like I got to do something, be helpful doing something,
What I tell you what you can do for
What's
me.
that? What's that?
Let me We'll start out with a seasoning.
Uh-huh.
For the shrimp, we're gonna use just a little bit of curry.
Look at
We're just gonna cover the top.
me cooking in the kitchen.
That's
with Chef.
it. It's all easy.
Like that?
That's it. That's all you need. A little
Wow.
bit of curry.
Okay.
We stole that from the Indians. From there, we'll take us a little bit of garlic.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll sprinkle it around on each shrimp.
Guys, you can see the shrimps about like this big.
That was a Gulf shrimp.
Those are the Gulf shrimps he calls them. That's that Louisiana cooking.
That's it. We'll put a little bit of pepper on there, a little bit of black pepper.
And these are, would you say, medium or large shrimp?
These are large.
Oh, some deveined.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Peeled and deveined and ready to go. You can eat them right now.
Yeah, yeah.
You still need to season this a little bit of onion powder.
Mm-hmm.
And you cannot miss with sugar.
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 I've never used sugar in sauteation. Now, what, does sugar give that little sweet taste you're
That's,
talking about?
that's it. Anytime you get a sweet and spicy or sweet anything,
Right,
that's
right.
the main ingredient. Now this last one is what will be introduced in 2016 in March. It's called Keith's All-in-One.
Keith all in one.
Right.
It
There's a
smells kind
mild.
of, got that little Cajun smell to it, huh?
It does. I have a mild, a medium, and a spicy. I also have a mild, medium, and a spicy that has 25% salt, if someone likes it.
Salt,
But the
right.
majority of mine don't have any
Salt-free.
salt-free. And from there, we're gonna saute these shrimp, and we're just gonna let them go. Stir our pasta a little bit,
Okay.
so that way none of that sticks. And we'll continue with our base.
That's your base Alfredo stuff over there,
Yes,
huh?
sir, it is. Now,
Is that another secret recipe?
well, no, I mean, you have your milk, you have your Philly cream cheese, and you have just a basic Alfredo sauce. I mean, you can get it pretty much anywhere.
This way. Okay.
All right, so next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna saute our vegetables. And I like to separate them so that we can cook everything in accordance to how it breaks down
Right.
from a nutrition standpoint. And then from there, that's when we combine it to make it look exactly like it does in the book. Right. So we'll go ahead and we'll move the pasta back
Okay.
since it's practically ready.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll let the pasta take its course back here. We'll set everything else up. So, for starters, we got some mushrooms.
Aha.
We're gonna drop those. Because the vegetables don't take long, because you don't want to cook them that long, because when they get flimsy,
Right.
that takes all the nutrition out of it.
Ah,
So
okay.
you don't want to cook all that out. We have us some steamed broccoli.
Okay.
We'll put that in.
So you steam them first, then you saute?
Right.
Okay.
Basically, the way you normally do it, but for the sake of the show, I went on and did it ahead of time. But if you take a strainer like this one,
Uh-huh.
simply sit it over your pasta,
Ah,
and
okay.
put your broccoli
Right.
in there, which is your fresh broccoli, not your frozen.
Right, right.
And it'll sit there, it'll steam, and then break it down. You can pull
Ah,
it away, and that
okay.
way you two birds with one stone.
Yeah, so get this thing right here and you put it on top of the pasta pot while you're boiling. So you're cooking your pasta while you're steaming your broccoli.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Right.
Unbelievable. So I just learned something new today.
That's what you want to do. All right, and I really like red onions
Okay, me too.
because they have a distinct sweet flavor.
And those are the ones that I can tolerate. The white and the yellow ones irritates my stomach.
Okay. Well,
So
I
it works
understand
out real
that.
well, yeah.
Yes, it does. All right, and the last thing is your bell peppers.
The bill.
That's it. Now, we're going to take all of this, get it situated here, and we're just going to saute it. Turn the fire down low.
Trying to find out a little, stir it up.
That's it.
Well, I'll tell you what, while this is sauteing, the chef and I are going to take a quick break, pay a few commercial bills. When we come back, we're going to zoom in on exactly what he's cooking. So you're watching the Dad's Father's TV network with Chef Dean in the kitchen. So we're cooking, what is it called? Cooking with Chef Dean or something like that, right?
Cooking with Keith.
Cooking with Keith. There you go. Hey, we'll be right back.
No gimmicks, no fake, stupid conversations. Just real talk and real help from a real lawyer. If you've been injured in a car accident, I'm sure you're worried about transportation, medical bills, lost wages, and getting real compensation for your pain and suffering. I'm attorney Roderick White, and if you want real answers to your car wreck questions and real help with your car wreck problems, call me at 214 or 817, I got you.
Mike's behind the camera now, so I'm gonna let you get in a little closer so you can see exactly what I'm doing. I have the broccoli, the mushrooms, the bell peppers, and the onions that are all sauteing. And basically, what you want to do is once these vegetables are warm, they're done. That way you still have all your nutritional value that's in them. And you still want that little bit of a crunch. That way you know you're actually eating healthy, because that's really what I like to do, is eat healthy but still eat good at the same time.
That looks really good.
Thank you, sir. All right, and so our sauce is coming together. We're just waiting on that Philly cream cheese to melt. And once we get that broken down, then that's gonna conclude everything as far as our sauce goes. Now, when it comes to the shrimp, these shrimp are already prepared, but seasoning is the main thing.
Okay,
So we're gonna treat these just like we're treating the vegetables.
just enough to get the seasoning to it.
That's it. That's what we want. So once we do that, then we're gonna be good to go. Let's see. So we'll let these cook for another 4
Now,
or
is there a
5
certain
minutes.
temperature you should keep the fire on, like low? I see you got yours on low, like
Well,
4
yeah,
or 5.
because I'm a slow cooker. You know, I like to multitask. I don't like to burn up anything. But if you're gonna cook a real good meal, you don't rush. Everything takes time.
There you go.
You know, that same thing they say with a good cognac or a good wine, it must age.
Right,
And
right.
that's the same thing with my cooking.
There you go.
I still can do it in 30 minutes or less, but at the end of the day, I have to take my time.
There you go.
That's it. But that's why I'm hands-on. I like to constantly stir. That way, nothing burns. You
That
know,
looks-
and
that
a
looks
lot of
really good.
people talk about cooking is just so hard and all this, that, and the other, and it's really not. You just have to want to do it.
Right. You,
You
have,
know,
to, you have
and
to have the patience to want to do it.
That's it. I mean, if you can spend 30 minutes in line at Starbucks, you can take 30 minutes and cook yourself a dinner.
That look good enough for the veggie mix. You can just add that with some pasta and some sauce and keep eating, you know?
Well, you really can. Or you can take this and put it over a bed of rice.
Or bed of rice. Yeah, that is so true.
Yeah, I mean, it's all in the perception. All right. So I'm going to crank this up a little bit, and we'll turn my sauce off, and we'll get these boys going here. So we'll go ahead and drain this pasta now, because this is ready. That's why I like to do my pasta first,
Okay.
and get that out of the way.
You got your little strainer there again.
Right, exactly. You can cook your broccoli, and you can strain your pasta, and that way you don't have water all over the place.
There you go.
Kills 2 birds with 1 stone.
There you go.
And so once you drain it, just go ahead and drop it.
Wow.
Looks just like it does in the restaurant.
Yep.
That's it. All right. So from there, we got our sauce. And we'll go ahead and our veggies are ready. So we're going to lay these guys on top.
Guys, if you can smell this, oh man, it smells unbelievable. So with this particular meal, for those of us who like to have a glass of wine, is there a specific wine you would prefer?
I like Moscato. I'm not a big red wine drinker, only because I'm not a real wine drinker.
Correct.
But, you know, if it has a sweet taste to it, then I'm all for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So like the men's out there that's trying to get a good wife or whatever, or date night, there's a quick, easy meal and a little glass of wine and some good music. And
That's it.
Okay,
That's
okay.
it. I mean, Allegra makes a very good Moscato.
okay,
And we can go ahead and pull our sauce off. And sit that to the side and let it bubble a little bit.
let's get you guys a close up on that. See that cheese is melted and it's just coming along real well. So that's what you call real Alfredo sauce, not the one from the jar.
No, sir. You got to make everything from scratch. I named my company Southern Authenticity because I don't do anything out of a box.
That's real good.
And also 30 minutes or less, no matter what. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll add our shrimp. And using that olive oil, you see that there's no grease.
And then no grease.
No grease whatsoever. All right, now we got that out there. We'll use a ladle. And that way we'll pick up more sauce, and more cheese, and we'll lay it right across the top.
Look at that.
I like big portions, and that's why I'm making this one like that for you.
Right.
My mother is 6'2". She used to be a power forward back in the 50s when she played basketball at Grambling.
Wow.
And
That's pretty tall, 6'2".
6'2". Now, what happened to me? We're not even gonna talk about that.
Called Gravity Challenge, huh?
Yes, indeed. So we didn't get this way drinking water. So we'll put a few chives on it,
The chives, okay.
spruce it up a little bit.
And that's actually been less than 30 minutes. You're right.
Absolutely. Good cooking doesn't take long.
Good, healthy cooking at that.
That's it. Now I'm gonna touch you a little bit, Mike. We're gonna put some crushed red pepper on here.
Yeah, well, you know, I got my refrigerator water here.
Right. Well, you won't need it. It ain't gonna hurt you that much. And there you go. That's shrimp bow tie pasta cooking with Keith, Cajun style.
Well, what we're going to do, we're going to take another quick break. When we come back, I'm going to get a chance not only to sample it, but I'm going to bring a guest in with me and we both going to sample it together.
Sounds like a plan to me.
All righty, we'll be right back.
Welcome back.
Go over here cooking with Keith. I'm behind the camera, but I'm about to put this camera down. But before I did, I wanted to zoom in on some of this food so you guys can see the finished product. And as you can see, I'm gonna get a real close zoom for those of us who are. Look at that, how good that look. Man. See, these are the benefits of being behind the camera, because now I can put this camera down here in just a minute, and then I can sit down and really take a peek at this. And it's bow tie shrimp pasta, correct?
That's it.
Nothing
With a
special.
Cajun Alfredo sauce.
So what I'm gonna do, and y'all can tell I ain't used to being behind this camera, because I'm moving. I got this camera all over the place. But the good thing about it is it's food. And also we got the commish with us too. So commish, come on in with us. That's me and you grab a bite to eat this food over here. It's the guys' night out over here, you know.
Man, it looks delicious.
Thank you, sir.
So the guys out over here. We're about to grab some of this vittles here, and so I'm finna put this camera down. For those of y'all who know me, I know I'm about to put this camera down. I'm gonna zoom down on this food right here so y'all can see it. Y'all know what Keith look like, so I ain't got to keep the camera on him. And I'm gonna go over here and get me a little salsa over here.
Let me join you over there.
Gotta get there. You one right there, sir.
Okay, I appreciate it.
And then we're gonna go in here and, as they say, we're gonna dig into it. Because the chef kind of whet our appetite here over here, hasn't he? And see, the good thing about it, y'all, I know you can't see me over here, but you can see me digging in here. It took less than 30 minutes, so now we got to do some airspace time here in what we're cooking. But this whole dish took him less than 30 minutes, and it's healthy. And I'm gonna bring it a little bit closer for those of you guys. I mean, you can see this right here. It's healthy, and it only took him less than 30 minutes. So be mindful in doing this that you can come home and make your children a healthy meal in less than 30 minutes, and the chef just showed you how to do it. For those who know me know I'm a cook. It has a little kick to it, just like you said. Has a little sweetness to it. The veggies are crunchy. That's real good. Yes, chef, you did yourself on this one.
Well, thank you, sir. I wanted to make you happy and do the best I could for you.
And the commission, he's kind of quiet over there, so you
I'm
know.
finna get started. Just give me a second now. I'm finna see how good it is.
And they do got a kick to it.
Oh, man.
Well, he spent some time in Louisiana,
So he got a little.
Oh, Dean. Chef Dean, you. Whew, boy, you not dead yourself. Make me feel like I'm back down in New Orleans.
That's where I come from. By way of Grambling.
So, I know I don't supposed to talk with my mouth full. Well, tell them a little bit about you, Chef. I mean, you got a little time
Well,
here.
I got into business, no more than about 8 or 9 years ago.
Okay.
Back in 2004, I was working at a bank in Louisville, and had a lady just threw me a random idea. Every time we would do a potluck, I would always cook something and bring it, and everyone else would buy something at the store, and this, that, and the other. And she said, Keith, why don't you print up some business cards and just start catering? Because you're always cooking.
Right.
So, well, you know what's not a bad idea. And so there's a lady named Melissa Perner who I was working for. She was the director of the bank at the time, and I went to her because she would do what's called a service triangle. So everyone who hit their top numbers at the bank, at the end of the month, she hosted a dinner somewhere. One particular month, she was doing it at her house, and I gave her a card and said, hey, I'm new to catering.
Right.
Can I have an opportunity? And she said, yeah, let me get back with you. You know, she came back, and we came up with salad, steak, and baked potatoes for about 20, 25 people. And she brought me in, she let me do the job, and I made about $700 profit.
Wow.
Well, that's different. That's $700 on 3 dishes. Let me go ahead and keep doing this. And so the more I got into it, the more people I started to meet and network with and mingle and whatnot. And today I'm here. I mean, I have a loyal following here in Dallas. I'm now going state to state. I'm going to Memphis. I'm going to Atlanta. I'm doing a lot in Houston. And people are just calling because I don't advertise.
Right.
This is my very first time.
Well, I actually found you on Facebook myself.
Okay, and that's it. What I normally do at an event, someone takes a business card and they call me.
Right.
But I've never solicited for anything. I like the calmness of the word of mouth.
Right.
Because that can make you or that can break you.
That is true.
And right now, to this day, I've never had one person to do anything or say anything against me. Primarily because what I like to do when I'm doing something for people, I do samples for free. So if you want me to cater for you, I'm coming, we're going to discuss the menu, I'm going to put everything together, you tell me how many people are going to be there, and that's who I'm going to serve. Because I don't want you to have any surprises the day of your event.
Right.
You already know what you're getting, so
Right.
you can focus solely on your crowd,
Right.
however many people you're going to be there. And I just like to keep it professional like that. And for me, that's got me more business than anyone else.
Now, with all chefs, they all have a signature dish. Do you have a signature dish or a signature recipe that you just put together and you like, that's my dish?
Actually, no, I don't.
Okay.
I have seasoning that nobody can touch.
Right.
But as far as a signature dish, no.
So
My
you're-
thing, I can cook anything.
So your cooking is pretty much the cooking, but your specialty is you're a seasoned chef. You
Right.
like different.
And see, that's the thing. I mean, depending on what you like, I mean, let's just say chicken, for example. Well, you can cook chicken 50 different ways, but how does it taste? Is it moist? Is it juicy? Is the texture right? Does it really capture you? And that's it. Same thing with seafood. I come from a seafood background, being in Louisiana. Because a lot of times back in the day, you live off the land.
Right.
And off the land was seafood if you didn't kill a rodent or something that was out running around, a squirrel or a rabbit or something.
Right.
But, at the end of the day, food is repetitive.
Right.
So you're going to eat chicken 2-3 times a week. You might eat beef 2 or 3 times a week, whatever the case may be. But how does it taste?
Right.
That's the main thing.
Right.
And it's all in presentation, how you put it together. So, long, drawn out story. No, I don't have a signature dish. I can cook anything.
Cook anything in the proper seasoning. Now, you said you had your secret recipe. You got your book. And then if they wanted to say, okay, I got your book, I want this particular recipe, they can just call you up, give you a head count, and you show up at the residence, or do you have a specialty? Tell
No,
me more about
I'm
that.
mobile. I go wherever. Generally, because I do not have a restaurant, if they have a location or if they have it at their home, that's where I go. I don't want my client to move. I'm going to come to you. You know, the only thing that I ask is because of how I present, when we do samples, just bring your appetite. Because I'm not bringing you something that small.
Yeah.
I'm bringing you something.
That's what he called a sample.
Yeah, that's a sample.
That's a meal for me, yeah. And it's very tasty. You know, and the great thing what I like about it when we start talking about doing the show is we as men enjoy cooking, but then to make it a hobby and to actually like business out of it. And I never heard you say I went to this culinary school either. So yours is just pure talent.
Passion.
Passion.
That's it. I mean, as I was explaining to the commissioner earlier, when I played college football, I was traveling around the country, and we would we'd go to different restaurants, and we'd have what's called training table, where the football players are going in, and you're required to eat so much. Well, after eating, I wanted to go in the back and see how things were being prepared. You know, look for things I'd never heard of, and then on that Sunday when we flew back home, I would always go and cook this dish for my parents. And just say, hey, we were just up in New Jersey playing Hampton, or we were in Detroit playing somebody, and I found this at a restaurant, and I want you guys to try it, you know. And so from there, now, don't take me wrong, my mom taught me everything that I know.
Right.
But when I started moving around the country and going to these different places, I came back and
You
I
lost
said,
some knowledge,
I did. You know,
Right.
So I can top her, but at the end of the day, you know, everything I have is because of her.
A little family competitions always makes the recipe a little bit better.
That's it. You know, and then I have to give, you know, a little credit to my brother. You know,
Right.
He's good outside when it comes to the seafood and whatnot, but the crawfish etouffee that I cook, I learned that from my big brother.
Right.
Yeah, so his recipe is one that is, now that's one of my most requested dishes on top of pasta and salad. But, you know, it all goes back to my roots.
Right. Well, hey, I'm loving it. I'm about to get me a second plate. What we're going to do, we're going to take another quick break. When we come back, we're going to kind of get to know the chef a little bit more about who he is and things of that nature. So you're watching the Dad's Fathers TV network. We'll be right back.
Have you ever had a question related to child support, divorce, CPS? Call the Attorney General or maybe an attorney and they just gave you a runaround? Where do you go to get help? Contact Dad's Fathers of Texas. Yes, they are child support specialists. Dad's Fathers of Texas can answer your question, help file paperwork, and help find a family law attorney. Dad's Fathers of Texas, making child support simple.
Welcome back to Dad's Fathers TV network, here with Cooking with Chef Keith. And you guys off the camera, you could have saw us. We had our elbows up and we was going to town on eating. But Chef, you know, very few people, you know, like you said, we covered a little bit of things. And like you said, you've been doing the catering. So what we're going to do is step back a little bit and let them get to know a little bit more about you. So you do catering to the homes.
I do.
And you have a variety of dishes and a cookbook.
Right.
Did you bring a copy of your book with you also?
I did.
Let's see a copy of the book. Because what I like to do is Chef going to be coming on the show and doing some cooking with us. And he got his book here. And what I was doing was thumbing through the book here. And there's some great recipes in here. And what the chef is going to do is every week he's going to bring some meal he's going to prep and cook. But what we're going to do is give a twist to it. We're actually going to have a live taping here coming up soon in the month of January, so y'all can come out and not only meet the chef, but also get a chance to sample it yourself. So what you do is go out to his page, down at the bottom, you're going to register. And you're going to tell him why you should be there while he's cooking. Now, how's that, Chef?
Hey, I'm all for that.
Yeah,
all for that.
So, you know, give them a little bit of information. If they wanted to call you out for a catering deal, how do they reach you? You got a website,
I
a
do.
phone number?
It's southernauthenticity.com, and a lot of people have a problem with it. And it's Southern, of course, everybody can spell that, but it's AUTHENTICITY.com. And if you just want to call me, my office number is area code 817-545-9511, and that reaches me 24 hours a day.
Now, when you do your catering, you have a number size, you have portion sizes. Give me a little more details about that.
Well, it just depends. That's why I like to actually meet with the client and sit down and talk with them. Let's discuss a head count. Even before we do that, let's put a menu together.
Right.
Once we put that menu together, then I'm going to come back with those samples, and you tell me how many people. If it's 2 people, if it's 10 people, I'm going to prepare something for everybody. Once we do that and get it out the way, then we talk about your event. You know, if you're going to have 100 people, 200 people, whatever the case may be. From there, there's no surprises because you've already tried the food.
Right.
So if you like it, great. If you don't, we'll go back to the drawing board. We'll do something else. But then afterwards, that's when we start talking about the actual event.
Right,
You know,
okay.
and talk about the head count and what we're actually going to do and how it's going to be presented and whatnot.
All right, because I know coming up starting in January. We got a lot of the athletes are doing some signing days. They're going to have the little group parties for the athletes, and then of course February you got Sweethearts Day, and
Yeah, that's a tough day.
That's a tough day.
I can only take 4 jobs that particular day.
so you need to RSVP now if you want to be one of the 4.
Yeah, that's it. Because what I do is I give an hour.
Okay.
And a lot of guys, what happens is the young lady or the wife has never had a private chef show up. And most guys don't want to wait in a restaurant for 2-3 hours because the places are packed.
Right.
So they'll call me. And that's their private chef experience. And so after he and I discuss a menu, I come in and you simply take her, sit her at the table, and don't move.
Wow.
And from there, I'm cooking, I'm serving, I'm doing everything for that hour. And after that, I pretty much know how the night's going to go. So I'm going to leave. And
You'll be through with that.
that's it. And I'm on to my
Go
next
to your next.
Right.
But see, guys, I mean, now we have no excuses for not blining and dining our wives, you know? So we got the chef to support our network now, so call. What's the number again?
Area code 817-545-9511.
So you need to see here, say you only do 4. Blow his phone up and make him change up a little bit over there. You know, so you know we got that. Then you got other events. We got the phone ringing in the background. We know this is live, don't we?
All right, we do.
We know this is live. You know, and if I really want to be ghetto, I just answer that phone call.
Yeah, we could.
But you know, the good thing about it is like we said, in the network, what we're doing, we're looking at is actually my phone too, y'all. So what we're looking at is any of the events that they have, they can reach out and call you, whether it's a wedding, whether it's a graduation, whether it's just, like you said, a private setting between the man and the woman. Now, with that, is there any dishes you don't cook? I know you do grilling,
I do
you do
anything.
seafood, you do all of it.
Whatever they want is what I do.
And they can bring mama's recipe over too, and you make that too,
I
huh?
will make it better than she did.
Don't invite your mama to dinner, man. You know? Now, do you have certain events you cook for? I know we was talking off camera. I think you have a crab brawl and some other stuff you do.
Yeah, I do annual crawfish bowl every year at Lake Grapevine.
Lake Grapevine.
Right. Generally, it's always the weekend after Easter. Gives everybody time to travel and
Right.
get back and just get settled. Do it for 200 to 300 people, and from there I do a host of things. I have football, basketball, softball, volleyball, and a bounce house for the little ones. All my events are all family oriented.
Right.
I don't want to have people who maybe are new to Dallas to have to try to find a babysitter.
Right.
Bring everybody.
Right, okay.
And that's something that's good because we give away, items every hour. Nothing from the Dollar Tree or Dollar Store. I mean, we give away a TV, we give away computers, Beats by
Wow,
Dre.
wow.
I want you to leave with something tangible so that when you walk away, you go tell someone else, and maybe next year, you'll bring somebody else with you.
Right, and continue to grow.
Right, and so tickets are $25, $12.50 for kids. But it's crawfish, it's fish, it's red beans and rice, all the beer, soda, water you can drink. You can't find that anywhere, any restaurant, nowhere. With your crawfish and all of that.
Wow. Especially seafood, especially.
Exactly. The only thing that you would have to pay for out there, I mean, if you want to buy a copy of the book, great. The seasoning will be there for sale, and for ladies, I have daiquiris because a lot of ladies don't drink beer.
Right.
But I still want everybody to have something.
Something like that.
Right.
And that's when that's again, that's the week after
Generally, it's
Easter.
a week after Easter, but I have to watch the weather report,
Right.
because once you book the parks, you want to make sure that it's not getting ready to rain,
Right.
and people will pay, and you want everybody to have a good experience.
So around about March, guys, keep following on the Dash Fathers page as well as his Facebook. You got a Facebook page also.
Right, Southern Authenticity.
And then we'll post it out there, and we'll be out there live taping too, so you get a chance to talk to the chef on camera, and as well as experience. Of course, I'm gonna be there as well because I kind of be his official taste master in the situation here. So you got your crawfish. Are there any other events throughout the year during the summertime that you have also?
Well, no, not really. Just the crawfish balls are seasonal, and they generally between April and May. Then the season's over with. But what we decided to do is take it on the road.
Okay.
So we're looking at doing a second one. Actually, we'll do one in Grapevine, then we're going to do another one in Plano.
Okay.
After that, then we're going to go to Memphis, Tennessee, and after that, we're going to go to Atlanta, Georgia.
Wow.
And so we're going to just make us a circle
A
around
circle,
the Southwest.
So if they wanted to do one, say Rockwall wanted to do it, all they have to do is call you.
They could call me, and we schedule a date and a time and a head count, and I will take it from there. And all they have to do is just show up.
Wow, that's real good. That's real good.
That's it.
The one thing that I love about having the TV network is we have a lot of, this is not a bias or a gender thing, but you see a lot of the networks that are catering to other types of cooks, but it's not us, and then it's not us men cooking, And then what I wanted to do is say thank you for joining the network. What I want to ask you guys to do is support him, because I mean, me and the commission ate this and behind camera we didn't have no conversation. You know, we was eating. You know, and them shrimps was well seasoned, and they had, what do you say, commission, had a sweet kick to it.
Sweet kick.
A sweet kick to it, and I'm a cook. You know, I'm from East Texas, so I think I can cook. You know, and this meal was a different taste bud, because you know I make my pasta one way, and here's a new way. So guys, you got to try the recipe. It was called bow tie shrimp pasta,
Right.
and it had the broccoli and the mushrooms, the bell peppers, the onions, the shrimp, and it was done in less than 30 minutes, and it was healthy.
Right.
It was healthy and it's nutritious for you and the children. So when you come home, you got to do it. So now I'm gonna put you on the spot. Next week, what are you cooking next week?
I figure we'll take it further to the south,
Huh?
and we'll do some stuffed pork chops.
Stuffed pork chops.
We'll stuff them with crawfish boudin, something you cannot
Wow.
get in Texas.
You cannot. Wow. So
Absolutely.
here's me. You got meat that you stuff it with more meat. Only on the Vans
That's
Man network can you get meat and more meat. But can we have like a glass of beer with that too?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you got the stuffed pork chops in the size or anything.
Well, we'll I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll probably go with a baked
See,
potato.
y'all see I like to eat. So I tell you what, here's what I like to do.
Okay.
The first 10 people, we invite them out.
Sounds good.
So now, cooking with Nicole, well, it's going to be 12, because me and the commission going to be there, so that's 2 already, you know. 10 more people for you guys, inbox him. Let them know you have an interest in coming. The chef is going to pick 10 people, invite them out, and then you guys will get a chance to sample it. But you got to do it in advance, because like you said, first you sit down, figure out the head count is, so you know what to make. I'm going to be there with you also. We're going to take pictures, and we're going to help the chef get on a national level. How's that,
That
chef?
sounds like.
Because that way we know we can always eat, you know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Well, hey, you know, I just want to say thanks for joining the network. I look forward to next week, and it was a little runaround we had to do to find a kitchen, you know, but hey, next week we'll be ready for it. And I appreciate you guys joining in. Tell a friend now on Dad's Father's TV network, you have your own personal chef. And for all you guys trying to be Suave Rico, call the chef and make your moment epic, you know? I want to say thanks again for tuning in. We're going to sit back and finish this pasta. Always remember, chef is at Southern Authenticity.com. Or you can just, if you can't spell that, just go to Facebook and find Keith.
That's it.
Keith Dean.
That's it.
And you see the nice little apron he got on, it's black. And click on it, friend him, and then you can ask him all the questions.
Right.
Or, make it simpler than that, they can merely call you at,
817-545-9511.
by as simple as that.
That's
It
it.
don't get no more simpler than
It
that.
doesn't.
Alrighty guys, we appreciate you tuning in to us. We'll see you next week, right here on Dad's Father's TV Network, Cooking with Chef Keith.
Y'all be good.
Joe Campbell.
Family violence. How can we stop family violence? First, we must stop court-ordered visitation violation. Yes, each day hundreds, if not thousands of children are taken. Some are not seen for months, even years. And sadly, the kidnapper is the mother. Yes, mothers are moving out of town, out of cities, out of state, leaving fathers lost, confused. Most become excessively stressed, but all are looking for solutions and answers.
Some, however, are labeled as deadbeat because they stop paying child support. Sadly, some do snap. How can they find solutions, answers? Visit IGotMyRights.com to start your peace and serenity, to reconnect with your child, to become a father in their lives. Yes, victory over visitation can help find options and solutions, stop family violence, and give you an opportunity to be a father. IGotMyRights.com is a great place to start to gain victory over visitation. Your secret to ending family